Hello and welcome. This is how you can make yourself a very durable, agile, and very, very nice breastplate. Breastplate. I feel like there's another word for that. Chest plate. I'm an idiot. Oh my gosh. No, we don't want to, chicken breast or something. Yeah. I know. I don't make sense either. Alright, let's hop right into it. Pretty good. I like this. We're honestly halfway done with this side. So what we need to do now is we need to bend these a little bit so that they fit around you real nicely and it's not so flat. So yeah. And then we're gonna rivet them on and we're gonna be done. With this side at least. Alright, so I'm noticing, you can see right here, when I move my arm, it's a little tight and I can't really get a full range of motion. So I made this a little too wide. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm actually cut this side and this side off. I'd say like half an inch to be safe. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And honestly, half of making armor is just fitting it to you. So this might completely fit someone else, but for me, this is a little small, or it's a little big, so I'm gonna have to cut it down. Or for someone else, it might be a little small, and they have to add other small pieces. So the whole thing of making armor, the only real difficult part is I'd say shaping it to your body. And so yeah, you gotta really tinker with it. Tinker, I should say, tinker with it, not tanker. So yeah, I'm gonna do it. Okay, I'm actually kind of mad. Look at this. You see this? Bruh. You see how much smaller this is than everything else? Do you want to know why that is? It's because I didn't measure correctly. which is something you gotta do. I'm kind of pissed, but I'm also kind of relieved. So, here, look. This is how big my chest is. I know. Very big.
Bruh.
And here's how big I pretty much thought it was. So, yeah. No. What we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to cut down pretty much all of this. This, we're gonna have to trim. More of the story, measure correctly. So yeah, I'm gonna do a lot of trimming. Honestly, I'm probably gonna do like half this off camera because it's boring for me, so I don't think it's gonna be really exciting for you either. So if for anyone who's wondering, what I'm gonna do is I'm pretty much gonna do what I did with this. I'm just gonna cut this down like a lot, and then I'm gonna shape it to my body. And I'll show you when it's done. And so while this is going to be like a 2.5 hour process for me, this is gonna be about a 2-second transition for you. So lucky you. All right, we did some shaping. It actually didn't take as long as I thought, and it wasn't that bad. So this is what I'm going with. This is what we got. This is what fits. It's practical. So now we gotta cut down that leather. Again, I'm pissed that I used so much leather, and I don't even have to use it. Like half a good amount of it. So, but that's okay. Now we know. So yeah, let's cut down. This is it. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna wait to put these down, or to cut these down. Yeah, right now I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna cut off a lot of the sides here, and yeah, let's cut. Alright, so it's the next day. I decided to take a break, and bro, when I came downstairs this morning, I just looked. I got the hugest freaking rush of dopamine right there. Like, I was like, yeah, that's right. I made this. I don't know, I think it looks pretty good. So, yeah. Now that I'm all excited and hyped up, let's make the back. Oh, this place is a pigsty. Let's clean it up. Yep. That took me 1 second transition. Not 30 minutes. Anyway, so I did a little little planning. And this is what I'm thinking the back's gonna look like. Because I only have, like, scraps left. This is pretty much most of the metal I have. I got a failed thing I was trying to make. Scrap pieces, and that's really it. So, I gotta make do with what I got. And, I mean, hey, I don't think it'll look too bad. I think it's gonna look just fine, and it's gonna be just as practical. Because, oh, here's something fun that I like to do. So if you are like, oh, how can I tell if my armor design is like good, or for like a chest plate or something? What you could do is you could like pretend like you're cutting it, and like right here, okay, this doesn't seep through, there's no cracks. You go right here. I hate that I have to do this, but you know, it is what it is. This is the last of my leather right here. Yep. Yeah. I mean, hey, this is what I got it for. So I'm not mad. Sure, I got some over there, but that's all scraps. This is my last big piece. Let's trace it out, then cut it out. And yeah, also for making the template, what I just did is I just used the chest piece or the front piece, and then I added a little bit to it, and I just like made it off of that so that it has relatively the same size and it has these same shoulder straps. So yeah, I taped it to my body, and I find that really helps because, you know, you can like see where things are. If you push your arms back and it's like too tight, you're like, oh damn. If you rip something, that's a bad sign. So yeah, you want to get a pretty good basic shape, and then you're gonna further refine it once you cut it out of the leather. So yeah. Speaking of cutting it out on the leather, let's trace and cut it. So this is all the scrap pieces I have. I'm gonna be turning them into this. So just follow along as I cut these out. Alright, here we go. All cut out, all shaped. So here's the thing. So here, right. Let me get this. So if you are making exactly off of I do, which I don't recommend you do. Oh, and another thing. So I've said this in previous videos, but I don't really make tutorials. I make guides. What I mean by that is I'm not going to say here's the exact measurement for this, and here's the exact measurement for this, and here's exactly what you do for that and this. Because I think there's creativity involved. There's, you know, figuring things out for yourself, tinkering it with your body. And I mean, especially for armor, because you gotta literally measure it to your body, so I can't really tell you. But even for like, this is scraps. You might not have scraps. You might have another full plate like that, and you'll just want to do that on the back. I only have scraps left, so this is what I'm doing. But you might not have this, or you might not like the look of this. So that's why I never give like full detailed tutorials. I give you an overall guide. This is how I make my armor. This is how I make my stuff. This is how I made it this one time. Do you want to copy it, or do you want to make your own, make it a little different? I'm not going to paint mine. Maybe you're going to paint yours. See what I'm saying? There's a lot of creativity involved. And if I just say, here's a step-by-step guide, you're not even learning too much either, because you're just following like what I'm telling you to do. You're not thinking, should I put this here? Trial and error, you know, figuring it out for yourself. So again, that's why I don't give guides, or that's why I don't give tutorials. I only give guides. So anyway, whatchamacallit, yeah, so this is, this ended up being a little tight, so I can't extend it out to here and stuff. So what I might do is I might add on like a little plate like that on each side for some extra protection. But that's only if like the straps will allow it, because I still got to connect these two via straps. And so if that works out where I can strap it and add plates on, I will after. But for right now, I'm not going to, just because I think it'll be easier for me to tinker and put these straps on. All right, so now we're just gonna shape these. Now you don't have to do this, but something I recommend doing to make your job a little easier is to, like, where you think the straps are gonna like rivet together, duct tape it, put it over your head, make sure it fits good, sized well, and then like mark like where it is, and then rivet them instead of riveting them and it doesn't fit, or it's too big, or it's too small, or it can't fit around your neck, and then you gotta undo those rivets and undo all that. So just duct tape them together, and then you see if this little flap where that goes, just mark it with a pen and save you a whole lot of time. Wham bam shangalam. Look at this thing all together in one piece. Tried it on, fits nice. Gotta add these back pieces right here, and then gotta add the straps. Alright, so I just made these little buckles out of nail. Obviously they're not the best buckles in the whole wide world, but you know, they'll do. And you know, you could just buy them on Amazon, but I don't feel like waiting a week for just like one part, because we're literally done here. So I made my own. They'll do. They'll work. I just put them on the loops because I think it's pretty self-explanatory. You get the buckle, you put a hole here, and then you wrap it around and put a rivet. I put this tape because the rivets I had were too big, and I should have cut them, but I didn't. I was like, screw it, it's fine. And I kind of busted the leather a little bit, so I was like, you know what I'll do? I'll just patch it up. And I mean, I already got this for like holes and stuff. I think it looks cool. You don't have to add it if you don't want to. I'm actually add a few more like lacings of these around the armor itself, just because I like how the way that looks, and it has like tape already on the gauntlets. So I'm like, you know what? It might just be a cool feature. And with that, we're done. We're finished. We're out of here. We're history. I think we did a good job. This thing looks great. It fits good. There's no like overall really big like, oh, I can't move my left arm whatsoever. Like, I could get a pretty good range of motion with this. I'm gonna have to do little tweaks. Maybe I have to cut a few things down, but like I said, all in all, this turned out pretty damn good. And yeah, I think this is great for my first like chest armor, or chest plate armor, or first big armor. And yeah, so can get a great range of motion. I think it looks great with the gauntlets. That's my thoughts of it. Oh, and since you stayed around and subscribed and commented, especially if you had any questions, since you did all that already, if you didn't do it now, quick, I won't tell anybody. Don't worry, your secret's safe with me. But anyway, if you did do all that, I'm grateful, and I want to reward you by giving you something, or answering a question that you have asked for a while. We have all asked for a while. I know I'm being pretty unspecific and questionable here, but here's a sneak peek to our next video. Alright, and with that, have a great day. Farewell, friends.